Our next guest is a buff philosopher. Sorry, I read that. He's a history buff and philosopher. Whoops. He's a 3-time national champ in cross country and most recently the national champ in the half marathon, one of the country's best 10K runners and now a marathoner for the Nike Bowerman Track Club. He's taken month-long vacations in the altitude where you know it's really hard to hold your breath. When they said come down, he threw up. Ooh, Chris Derrick, come on up.
Fantastic work.
I wrote that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Growing Up by Bruce Springsteen.
No, that was by me.
Okay. Well, you riffed it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming.
Happy to be here, yeah. We've talked many times, but never on camera, to my knowledge. I don't know if you filmed anything. But.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
First, what is a buff?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I thought you would know.
You wrote that, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have the answers. Because I've heard, people have called people history buffs.
Yeah.
And can you be any other kind of buff, do you think?
Yeah, people say you can be a film buff.
That's the other one.
Movie buff.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing.
Yeah, it's you could either be a history buff or a film buff, but I don't know of any other buffs. Like, what does it mean to be a buff? Is it just somebody who knows facts?
I don't know. I think you need to ask someone who went to see you.
Oh, Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah,
I got
who
it.
knows?
Well, they shortened it up. So you're not a history buff then. You're a history cardinal.
I guess so. Yeah.
You're part of it. Can you? Yeah. Well, I'll just strike the next question. Then I was going to ask if you can be a math buff, but I don't think that either of us know the answers.
No. Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm not either. I was never good with numbers.
That's why they put you on TV, because you're an entertainment guy.
Yeah, that's right.
That and your chiseled jawline that you somehow hide underneath.
Well, yeah,
that beard.
looking good's not my style. You know that.
That's fair.
All right, so this is just going to be like one of our normal conversations that we usually have. Like I have my notes as usual.
Where we just try to one-up each other the entire time. And
yeah, exactly.
Don't listen to what the other person's saying and just wait to get our points in.
Yeah, by the end of this, we'll be up in the ceiling and nobody will be sitting in the audience anymore. So
but we'll have had a good time.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's get a big hug after this.
Okay.
All right. So, what kind of music are you listening to these days?
I've been pretty heavy in the podcast game, but I knew you were going to ask me about Bruce Springsteen today, so I listened to a little Born to Run before I came.
You did?
Just to get into the mindset.
All right. Is that it? Just Bruce Springsteen?
No.
Like, what's in your top played list in your iPod right now?
Definitely The National.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. A bunch of, sad dudes who write, indie rock bands who have bad singers and, good lyrics and are, a little down on the world.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just appreciate the artistry of it.
Because you said you were healthy.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
good.
I just, my aesthetics tend towards the pessimistic.
Yeah.
So, the National, Hold Steady, Gaslight Anthem, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Mountain Goats, big Mountain Goats guy here.
I don't know the Goats.
Yeah, that's because it's super underground.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Only the cool kids know about it.
Where'd you find them?
I don't know, probably on some hipster music website.
Well, who told you about the Mountain Goats? Because this is something that I'm always interested in. I pick up those Portland Mercury magazines and stuff just to see if I can find new music, but then I don't take the time to go look at the bands that I see in there.
Yeah, in high school growing up, I just listened to the classic rock that my dad listened to, and it was a bit of that guy who was kind of an elitist about new music.
Yeah.
Which I regret, but of course we all do things we regret when we're young. Mm-hmm. And I think that one's pretty benign. And then I got into the Hold Steady in college, which is one of my favorite bands, and then kind of just for a while every other band was just something that was linked to them in some article or something or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to do it. You just follow the common thread.
Yeah. I don't know. Really wordy people who don't. Evan once described my musical taste as good lyrics and bad singers. So.
Yeah. See, and I remember you came over to my house a couple of years ago, and you walked in, and I had music playing, and you said, "What is this station? White guys who can't sing?" and up until now, I took offense to that statement, but now I know that you were just like paying me a compliment.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is the best station ever. Where'd you find it?
Yeah. But Bruce Springsteen can sing.
He can.
You pointed out.
Yes.
So, how did you get to be such a big Bruce Springsteen fan?
Well, I love my dad, and my dad loves Bruce Springsteen, so that was a natural connection. I don't know, I was playing in the house growing up. And yeah, I don't know, I really like, I'm big on the storytelling. Mm-hmm. You know, talk about good lyrics, like Bob Dylan is always, whatever, he's like a great lyricist, but it's very like metaphors that you can't understand.
Yeah.
And like Bruce Springsteen just like tells stories.
Oh, sorry, we got Jesus, Jeff.
Oh God, that's a really bad picture of me.
No, that's nice.
I was, that was like, I got like food poisoning like a week before that race, and so I was like really like skinny and like I looked like death. I think I was dying at that point in the race, so it's really great.
You're kind of sweaty, huh?
Very sweaty.
Is it raining?
I always decide between the medium and the large singlet, and I chose the medium that time to look svelte, and then like about 3 laps into the race, it was just sticking to me, and I was like, this is a bad choice.
Wait, what was this one here?
This is Worlds 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was,
Moscow?
Yes.
Yes.
That was Moscow.
Moscow,
Yeah. I was hoping you were going to save me there.
Yeah. I figured I'd let you hang on there just a little bit.
You got sick in Moscow, huh?
I got sick before we went there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I broke out in hives. It was a rough time.
We don't, yeah.
My Achilles hurt. We don't need to talk.
We could change this too. I'm scared to see what's on the other side. I don't want to be giving.
Me too. There's too many bad pictures floating around.
No, you're a good-looking man. It was a pleasure to have you.
I was setting you up for that compliment. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Shouldn't
That's why
name
I'm here.
myself like that.
I'm here to make you look good. That's why we're sitting next to each other. So back to Bruce Springsteen then. Yeah. What is your favorite Bruce Springsteen song?
That is a hard question. I think sentimentally, I have to say Backstreets.
Backstreets.
Yeah.
See, I remember that it was something about streets, and I wasn't sure if it was Racing in the Street or Backstreets.
Racing in the Street's a great song, but Backstreets, I don't know. It's just a classic.
What about Backstreets makes it your favorite?
It's hard to say. I don't know. There's something ineffable about it, Jeff. But I think the vibe. I have some good memories of that song coming on like my iPod running at night, the little piano going.
Oh yeah, it starts out with the piano.
Yeah, it's just it crushed me every time. Yeah, I'm not gonna join in. You're not gonna get me to sing, but.
And then it just kicks up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the guitar. It's perfect. Great song.
Yeah. So that just comes from running around the back streets then in
exactly.
in Naperville?
Yeah, in some like posh suburb, but like really trying to get into the vibe of the song and feel blue collar.
Did you ever like kick over a garbage can or something while you were doing that? No. You would be the kind of guy to like go back and like pick it up and
I feel guilty.
Throw everything back in there. Yeah. I'm right there with you. That's
I don't
what
like the
would
litter.
do, too. Like, oh, I overextended myself here. I need to go back and be a good Samaritan.
I believe in moderation.
Yeah.
You got to maintain the civil order.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you an Office fan?
Not really, because I get really uncomfortable when like other people embarrass themselves. So like Michael Scott just wants to be loved.
Yeah.
And like that desire makes him like it's a very sad show. He just wants people to love him, and he keeps messing it up over and over again, and then people laugh, and it just like it hurts me in here to watch that.
See that? Yeah, that's not my idea of what good comedy should be. I think it should be like, oh, we're all laughing together and we're welcoming each other in, not like pointing at.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, he's never going to achieve his dreams because he keeps getting in his way. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. I mean, that's funny too, though. I think.
I'm a little worried where the rest of the interview is going to go if you think that's funny.
No. But yeah, so because we know that you're a big fan of The Boss, and Michael Scott is a boss, we have a game that we want to play with you called Who's the Boss?
Okay.
So this is a game where we're going to throw either a Michael Scott quote up on the wall,
Oh man.
or a lyric from a Bruce Springsteen song. And you're going to have to tell us.
I really hope I don't dishonor my family with this.
That's okay. Well, there's plenty, like, we can take the last hour of this show for apologies if we need to do that, so. Yeah, here we go. Do you guys all want to play Who's the Boss? All right, let's do it. Let's start with this first one here. All right. It says, but as he walked down the courthouse steps, Billy said, "My friend, you're a dead man."
Oh man, I don't recognize that from anything.
Do you need a coin?
I think it's gonna be Bruce.
Let's see. It is. It's Bruce Springsteen. The song is Galveston Bay.
It
All
seemed
right.
pretty dark.
Yeah, it did. You've got one.
Okay, all right.
You've got one on the board. We've got a few more. Let's get to the next one. You've got to be careful pushing the button too. I don't want to skip. Okay, it says, she poured me another whiskey, said, "Here's to the best you ever had." We laughed and made a toast. It wasn't the best I've ever had. Not even close.
It does rhyme a little bit, which implies possibly a song. But I think it's Michael Scott.
All right. Well, let's see. Can we get a, you guys know how to do a drum roll or something? I can't push it. Oh, it's Bruce. Yo, we gotcha. I thought you were going to get all these. It's from Reno.
I haven't listened to this album very much.
Yeah, we can listen to it later.
Okay, great.
I was actually going down the list of like top 300 Bruce Springsteen.
And it shows all below that?
I chose like the top, like only in the 200s.
Oh man, that's brutal. My dad would get all of these.
I'm sure.
In my dad's office, they used to play a game where he would race Shazam to like get song titles.
Oh,
from
really?
The 70s and 80s, yeah. So.
See, we should have brought your dad and my mom on here because my mom is a big Bruce Springsteen fan too. Like she's been to like over 30 Bruce Springsteen shows back to 78. I've been to 2 with her because she drags me along.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's great too. But yeah,
you're
wasting time.
I'm not feeling
here.
optimistic about the rest of this though.
About this game?
Yeah.
Oh, but we're having a great time, right?
Well, you're having a great time.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, you're making me uncomfortable. It's great. It's fine.
No, I mean, all right, let's keep going here. We got a next one. Let's see. I'll read this one out for you.
Okay.
Don't ever for any reason do anything to anyone for any reason ever, no matter what, no matter where or who you are with or where you are going or where you've been ever for any reason whatsoever.
This feels like a Michael Scott quote, probably from some sort of HR meeting gone wrong.
Let's see the answer to this one. Oh, sorry, it's a Bruce.
Oh God.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. It's a Michael Scott.
Okay.
So what are you? Are you 2-1 right now? I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't know how many of these there are, but you're 2-1. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, this is a tough one, I think. He is of the highest kind, quality, and order, supreme.
Wow. It's deep.
Kind of vague.
Yeah, very vague.
This is why I like this one.
I feel like Bruce normally he wouldn't go with a one word, like, the supreme. I feel like everything kind of fits into a little stanza format, so I'm going to say Michael Scott.
Okay. Let's see if you're right on this one. Oh, you're right, Michael Scott. All right. I think you're getting a formula down here.
At first I thought when you faked me out on the third one, I thought the formula was they were all Bruce Springsteen quotes, just progressively more ridiculous.
I mean, that would have been a good.
Yeah, you would have crushed me.
Should have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not doing Michael Scott any justice, though.
That's fair. He's got some good ones.
Let's see this next one. All right. I'm trying to get out of here and head to the adult shop for a mesh top.
I just really hope that's Michael Scott. I don't want to believe that it's Bruce, but we'll see.
Is it Michael Scott or is it Bruce Springsteen?
Michael Scott.
Give us Michael Scott's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right.
Unless
let's
it's
see.
Jeff Merrill, I don't know.
Well, you might. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, we stumped you there a little bit.
Did you stump me?
Well, we didn't. No, you got us. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, this was me 4 hours ago. Don't ask the context of this quote. All right. Let's move on. Is that a better picture?
It is. I think it is. Yeah. I don't look as sweaty
No.
or emaciated.
And you've got a great beard going on there too.
I just want to look like you, Jeff.
That's not true. Good thing I have a beard. You'd see me blushing. Yeah. How about that? So hold on. I have something written here.
They have something written, right?
The interns, they had something written. They're not Ivy Leaguers either, so let's see what they came up with. Definitely not Stanford grads. I think we farm out to the Mid-America Conference.
No disrespect to the MAC.
No, Ball State. Muncie. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so you made a post after you competed at Cherry Blossom at the 10 mile, like an Instagram post, and it came with a warning that said ramblings ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like kind of embarrassing when you like say what you really think on the internet.
I know.
Yeah, it's a bad idea mostly.
I think you never really want to say what you really think.
That's
well,
true.
at least that's my MO. Yeah.
But at the same time, people will always like say they'll compliment you for like being courageous. So like
That's true.
it's a bit also. It's kind of a bank shot too, you know.
Well, I think you were courageous for
Thanks,
for
Jeff.
writing.
I really
this.
appreciate that.
Yeah, but I thought it was a great post because you focused on kind of changing your view of success, and you had different ideas of what failure and success were in your previous racing in college, and that it was a lot easier to define then.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's tougher to define what failure and success is as you're getting into professional track racing, which you've done for a while, but also professional road racing. So yeah, how do you define success now, where you are?
Yeah, I mean, in some like broad terms, it's really easy, right? Like Olympic teams and all that stuff. I think kind of what I was getting at is like when I was younger, I was always very like within a race, I was like more like negatively motivated. Like, don't mess this up. Like, don't lose to that guy.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I don't know, whatever. I tried like more inspirational forms, but like when the chips were like, when it really got down to it and it was like, you had to find something, the like, I don't know, transcending whatever. It didn't appeal to me as like, man, like everyone's going to think I suck and no one's going to be my friend if I like don't perform to some level. And then,
So that's what you were thinking.
in like so many words.
And
yeah.
what was it about that guy too?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be various things.
That
like,
your friends were going to be friends with him?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or I don't know, whatever. It would just, it's just like a very like, I have to like make it, you know, I have to do this because otherwise bad things will happen or whatever. And then like I was very consistent like through most of high school and most of college. Like I didn't have very many bad races. I don't know if I had very many great ones either. But then I, as pro, I got hurt more and I had some like really bad races. And like everyone was still my friend, which was great. It's wonderful. But at the same time, it was like it became harder then to be like, oh, I'm upholding this like perfect record or something. So then I just had to kind of, I don't know. You go to like a road race and there's 4 guys from the U.S. and there's like 7 guys from Kenya, and like I don't know. Sometimes you know who they are, sometimes you don't, and it's like you can convince yourself when you're hurting, like, oh, that guy must be in like 13-minute shape, so it's like okay to lose to him today or whatever. So I just had to, I don't know, I guess reevaluate what motivated me and kind of be. I mean, the other thing I learned too is like nobody knows if anyone else is tough. Like there are people who make like goofy, like make like try hard faces, and like people say they're tough, and like people think, oh, like I was so tough, you were so tough. Like no one knows. No one knows what anyone else is feeling. So
Yeah.
if you like back out in a race, like if you really tank it, I guess people might know. But for the most part, like no one's gonna know if you went 98% or 100%. Like if you found that extra bit. And so I think I just had to realize like I had to want to do that for me, I guess. Like I had to want to commit to myself. Like no one's ever gonna know if I gave it that like truly dug for what was there or not. But if I, you know, why am I doing this? Like why do I train hard? Why do I come to, you know, if I only race 8 times a year, why am I doing it if I'm not going to try to find that 1% in every race? So that's kind of what I was trying to get after.
Do you feel like that's freeing?
A little bit, I guess. I don't know. It also is sort of like, it's a bit of realizing that like no one's ever, it's a bit of an ego shot as well, because you realize no one's ever going to care as much as you do.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're like when I was younger, I don't know. I guess like state track seemed like so big, or like whatever, and you just like everyone in the world must care about this thing.
Oh, totally.
And then when you're running like the Cherry Blossom 10 miler, it's like really cool race, a lot of people out there, but like, you know, you kind of realize like it's not the biggest thing going on in the city. Like no one's gonna care as much as I do whether I get 5th or 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, part of it is just like doing it a little less for the ego and a little more for just like, what am I doing with these years of my life, if not to maximize when I'm my talent or whatever.
Nice. That's a really good way of looking at it.
Thanks.
Yeah. If I was still racing, maybe I'd do that too. Yeah, that's you talked a lot about thinking externally and internally, and that's the difference there, is that there are all these external motivators, and then but you're focusing more on internally motivating yourself, because those external motivators aren't there as much now, or maybe you're finding out that they weren't there to begin with.
Yeah, I think it's, when you're just, I don't know, when you're out doing like road races, or kind of the pro circuit isn't as like contained and kind of clear as like the NCAA is, where it's like, this is the meet that matters the most. You go to NCAA championships, you got to like do this, and you get this place, and that's good, and you're all American, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think too, just like changing as a person, like slowly working towards being an old man and not caring what anyone thinks about me, and like
that's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet,
no,
but like
but,
it's slow.
yeah.
Like if you see what I wear around the neighborhood, like I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I'm progressing. So
yeah.
You got to find like different reasons for doing things.
Yeah. Well, I'll always be your friend, and but it's
Thanks,
nice. Yeah. But it's nice to be able to say that I had a friend who placed pretty highly in a race. So
Great, perfect.
Keep it up.
I'll keep that in mind next time.
Yeah. But yeah, you're somebody who's very determined and very precise, and you choose your words wisely, and when you take up a new task, you try to master it to the best of your abilities. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I think part of it is just like I'm a competitive person for like all the petty reasons that most people are competitive. Like I want to be good at things because I want people to like admire me for being good at things.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a pretty basic motivation that people don't talk about that often.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the process of like, so I started running, and like to just go way back, like I ran like the summer before my freshman year of high school on like the summer program, and I ran like a 6:03 mile time trial.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, and then whatever, 4 years later I ran like 13:55 for 5K. And so I think just like I'm always fascinated by just the progress you can make as a person to change various things. I mean, some things don't change as much, but I think like the way skills can develop over time, I don't know, I just think it's cool. I think it's cool to think like in 5 years you could be a completely different person in both a good or a bad way, and like part of where you end up in those 5 years is like the choice you make today.
I think that's a good I like that outlook, because it's kind of like I've read somewhere that it's like the poker player's mentality, I guess, that when they're playing a card game or when they're playing a poker game, a poker player, they make their move knowing that they're going to be in the same seat again in the future, over and over and over. So you make the best move that you can at that point in time, not knowing that it's going to be the perfect move, but it's going to set you up to be better the next time and make a better decision the next time around. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I don't do it nearly as much as you think I do, but it's good that you think that I do.
I think you do. You do it way more than I do, because I think, well, yeah, I'm a perfectionist too, but I think I'm so much of a perfectionist that I'm lazy. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't be that, so
Right.
I just won't do it at all. But yeah, you do, and you're very stubborn. You've got good determination.
Some would say that I'm right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in that camp too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's what I say about Jerry. Like we argue because he's stubborn and I'm right.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not watching this.
He doesn't. He doesn't know the internet exists.
Okay. Yeah. So here's a question: what are you most looking forward to about running?
I think I'm as I'm getting slightly older, I'm 27, like seeing a more finite period of time. I think I'm just looking forward to getting the most out of that. You're just kind of knowing more consciously, like, that there are a limited number of times left, and I don't know, I guess applying myself towards just getting the most, out of whatever those years have. And I think the marathon's like an exciting thing. I'm really excited to do more of that training. I mean, I guess the first one went okay, so like maybe the next one will go terrible, and then I'll be less excited. But it seems like at some point you just like have the worst experience of your life. So I'm not excited for that, but hopefully I'll have like the best experience of my life.
And then
for that one.
Yeah, you have the worst experience of your life, and then 2 years later you decide to hang it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so marathon.
Mm-hmm.
You're excited about that, and then you will get back to the track at some point.
I hope so. My 10K PR is still from when I was 21 years old, so I'd like to lower that.
You got to hammer that.
So I don't feel like a failure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't. Look at you.
Thanks, Chad.
Look at this.
Thank you.
That's not a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so BTC Kids also.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about that because that's something really special that you do, along with some of the other members of the BTC Pro group.
We kind of, when we were Jerry's group or whatever, was like a non-affiliated group or just like a regular Nike group. We were trying to decide what to do. Jerry really wanted to be involved like in something broader than just professional training, and that was part of the reason. Chris Cook and John Truax had already had this Bowerman Athletic Club that had some masters people, some elite people, and then just this huge kids program, or like this decently sized kids program. And then so we wanted to really be involved in that, and like most things, again, like that I've done for good or ill, mostly for good. I did it because Elliot was like into it, and he was doing it, and he was kind of leading the charge. And so he and I have been doing a lot of that, a lot of the BTC youth coaching, along with like Emily Pritt, and Colleen Quigley comes out a lot, and like kind of depends on the years, how available people are in the fall. But like Evan's done it, Dan, I'm gonna forget multiple people, but
there are a lot of people out there. Yeah,
there are a lot of people out there, and it's been really fun. Like I said, I wasn't very good when I started running, and I kind of did it because we had this huge high school team, and the summer program, the coach he took an interest in me, and like I don't know, we had this joke in the team that like he would tell every kid they can make the top 7 the next year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he really did believe that, and even when I ran like 5:16 in a mile time trial in like track, he was like, I think you can make top 7 next year. I was like, I have to run 3 of those in a row, and like he was right.
You did?
Yeah, and so I don't know. I guess just like thinking about the way how I got into the sport and how just someone caring like what I was doing affected me a lot when I was a kid. And obviously my parents cared. Like I wouldn't have like a deprived childhood or anything, but like you expect your parents to care, and it doesn't mean as much. And so
any man who listens to Bruce Springsteen songs cares about his kids.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I really have fun doing it, like working with the kids, and I hope that like we can kind of give some of the kids who go through our program a future in the sport, whether it's making lifelong friends or being Olympians or whatever, but just hopefully help them see the potential in themselves and kind of talk about the changes you can make over a 5-year period, like hopefully set some of them on that path.
Right on. That's pretty cool. I like to see them out there running around too.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, they don't listen half the time, but they've been cooped up in school all day, so I don't know. I'm not going to try to be like a disciplinarian unless they run into the road and they have to yell.
They're finding their own way.
Yeah,
they should do a take the bridge adventure.
That would be chaos.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that wraps up the interview for today. So thanks for coming on.